Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start. Hey, we did it! We're only a little late. Welcome everyone to another episode of Red Valkyrie. Off to this side, I have my wonderful co-host. Say hello, Cyborg.
Hello, Cyborg.
You're such a douche.
Thank you.
Down below, we have the super awesome Chimera.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, more than happy to. So, obviously, we've had Chimera on before, and we are talking about SOS Volume 1 on Indiegogo. So, do you just want to go real quick for the people who may not have caught the last time that we had you on and give them a quick little pitch on exactly what it is?
Sure thing. So SOS is basically Ghostbusters meets Spawn. It's about three super soldiers who, from World War II. They set up a business fighting monsters in present-day New York. And it's comedy action series. Plenty of black humor, but also a lot of action.
Very cool. So I know that the last time that we had you on, we were talking about kind of the in the background, and that's if I remember correctly, that's a brother that mutated.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you get a little bit of the mutation aspect. You've got a lot of the kind of just badass. We got these super cool powers, and the art style is definitely unique, and it definitely lends itself more to that kind of humor aspect. But it's also like, I mean, in this scene, there's a guy who's like just being dropped off a building. So it's like it's funny, but it's also kind of not as funny.
Well, he survives.
Does he? Good for him. I'm sure that his life was not changed at all. That drop off of a building.
It's the speech bubbles are even better because you have two options. You either join us. Oops, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, my bad. I'm sure you're gonna be fine though. It was just a car. This is awesome. So, you did say that you had one new page, correct?
Yes. It's
awesome.
It actually depicts that character Megas. It depicts his rival, the Brooklyn Vigilante.
Oh, very
I'm
nice.
getting there. I'm going.
I know. Yeah, we gotta take in all of the wonderful goodness of all of these like ridiculously awesome looking demon kind of characters. I love all these little imps.
Yeah, they look cartoony, but also kind of scary.
Like cartoony, but like not something I want to catch in a back alley. Like,
I would like to draw your attention to this panel.
Oh my gosh, is he punching through a dude?
Yeah, I do that a lot. I've kind of checked my scripts, and I do kind of punch through people. I have noticed.
I'm gonna assume that you mean your characters.
Yes, my characters. That's what I meant.
Because,
he's just walking around, just punching through people in real life. Like,
wait. Where is he located?
Below that page you went to, the punching through. Yeah, that page.
This one up here or bottom?
Below that, yes. There's Vigilante.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm actually writing the next book is going to focus mainly on him. It's going to be a spin-off, and he'll be dealing with some vampires, and it takes place back in the 1990s.
I admire the boots.
Yeah.
Might need a little bit more in the crotchal region. You don't want to go the Mike Miller route of smooth front.
He's a Ken doll. Leave him alone. So the panel right below it with the little imp and his like gigantic eyes. I freaking love this. I think that's so cool. That would be hilarious, like on a T-shirt or like a patch.
Just
Canales is really good at facial expressions.
Yeah, for sure.
There's so much face here to work with.
Just his mouth just doesn't stop. It's great. Oh my goodness.
It's like someone shoved a bear trap inside someone's face.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I really do. I think it's awesome.
I do, but is he chopping the big one?
He just chopped through the big one. Yes, he did. Oh, good heavens. That's why they're all scared. Oh, I get it. They just watched Big Daddy get shot or sliced up.
Shot with that sword.
Look, Wouldn't put it past this, okay?
He does use guns, but he does use his wrist blade more.
Wait, did he punch through him with the sword?
No, he sliced through him.
No, if
Damn.
you go up, you see it. He jumps down from the top and slices straight through his middle.
Never mind, I was referring back to... Never.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's so much more fun to kill your jokes, right?
And that character actually has no powers, so he's basically just, it's just a suit.
Dude.
Yeah, a suit.
Hold on, I have to, unfairly mute Shae. There we go. She's making faces, and she can't figure it. Hit the mute, babe.
I understand how to unmute. I'm trying to decide how much I'm going to kill you later, but it's
okay. We do have another stream tonight.
Oh, this is why she doesn't get to be. She needs to not be a producer. Every time she's producer, I end up suffering.
Woe is Shae.
Woe is Shae. So
cover.
That I love this cover.
Yeah.
So I used your original cover for the thumbnail for the first stream episode. Fuck it. For the first episode, and then I used this one for this one.
Yeah, it's a great cover. I missed out on Long Harbor, but I really dig his art. From Alejandro, anyway.
Mm-hmm. I love the almost kind of a motion blur that he's got going on down here.
Mm-hmm. But it's like it's moving so fast you can't quite make it all out.
It's very kinetic, and the muzzle flash is really nice.
It's very cool. I definitely love that cover. So if we could, let's go and take a look at some of your tiers before. Well, do you want to do the stretch goals since you're right there? Let's do the stretch goals.
Yeah. So if we hit 4,000, the front cover of the book will be done by a secret artist. That should be done by early January. Ooh. And 5,000, you get bonus chapters. So it's like extra stories. These very brief short stories.
Okay. Is it kind of like vignettes, or is it like backstory type stuff, or?
No, just kind of joke chapters, if you will.
Joke chapters. All right. I don't know if we've covered a book besides yours that has a like joke chapter stretch goal. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I see that a lot in manga. They always have omakes, which is basically a bonus chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Then 7,500, every backer gets the physical copy of Argonaut, #1.
Let me scroll down here. It's starting off as a 22-page cyberpunk comic.
Yep.
Let me go down here. Is this from Argonaut?
Yes, and that's Kane and White. You can kind of.
That's awesome.
And the art's by Raphael Cristani, and the
That's
colors.
right. I remember we commented on this last time.
Mm-hmm. No, I like it. It's got a 80s feel. I think that's what I ended up saying last time too. But I just like the kind of color palette choice and how everything's a little bit more monochromatic than like maybe a standard comic page. But it lends itself really well to this, especially with the art style.
Yeah, the colorist is Ariana Kruger. She's kind of new at coloring.
No, I think it looks really good. This is a really cool kind of bonus. I definitely think that you deserve to get there. It's just a matter of getting through some of the stretch goals is always a little bit tricky sometimes. Do you know how long you're going to be staying in demand?
Till about March 1st, maybe a little later.
So you got a couple more months for us to get up to 7,500 to be able to get an additional comic, which is pretty awesome.
And then 8,000, I add 4 pages to that comic. It'd be kind of the same thing. It's like I'll add like an epilogue at the end of the story. And then 12,000, I send out a digital preview of the next book, which kind of takes place in the 90s.
Very, very cool.
Interesting. And the next one, is that the spinoff?
Yes, that's going to be all in color.
Excellent. I was going to say, Argonaut reminds the art style and actually the color style too. Kind of reminds me of Heavy Metal the movie.
Yeah, I love that.
I have not seen that.
Especially the World War II sequence.
Yeah, with the zombies.
Right, how it was very just stark looking. That's exactly what this reminds me of, yeah.
I now have a
Interesting,
movie I
interesting.
have to watch.
Hey,
You don't.
John Candy did voice work in it.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
So with that, let's go over your tiers real quick, and so people kind of know what they can get if they decide that they wanted to back Chimera's SOS Volume 1 book, which is pretty awesome.
Sure thing. So $15 is like the standard perk. You get the 80 pages, black and white, and they'll be shipped in a Gemini mailer.
Nice.
Yay.
We love Gemini mailers.
Shae just got one.
I did.
And Argonaut is also going to be shipped in a Gemini mailer. That's going to be 22 pages, all in color.
Very cool.
$6. And then
All right.
Sorry, I was dropping your link in the chat.
that's fine. And then $8 is just the digital, so it'll just be a PDF sent to you. And $20 gets the variant cover by Alejandro Mirabal of Long Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I have a $30 or $25 for 2 physical copies of just the regular book.
Mm-hmm.
And then $30 is the standard book plus the variant cover.
Excellent. So you get $5 off if you get both.
Correct. And then $100 for the bulk order. If you're a retailer or collector, you can order 10 copies.
Or you want to try your hand at eBay.
Right. And then $100, someone's already grabbed that. You can be in the book as either a demon or a innocent bystander.
Nice. So there's still 2 more spots for you to get drawn into the book.
So let me get this straight. If I pay you $100, well, let me scroll down here. If I pay you $100, I can get you to make one of these into Shae.
Yeah, I guess.
That's mean. That's just rude. You know what? Go ahead, Sai. I dare you. I dare you to pay $100 to get me drawn in the book as a mean little imp demon.
I don't need rent. It's fine.
Oh gosh, that's terrible. Well, so there's only 2 more of those left, so definitely still a chance for you to kind of be immortalized in a book. That is super cool.
Get it before an imp gets red hair.
Right? Okay, so sorry, I have people that hit me up with notifications. It's very distracting.
And I'm getting constant emails from Taco Bell right now, and it's not helpful.
I don't ever get stalked by Taco Bell. I feel like that's a you problem. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, so we've kind of gone over the basics of your story. We've seen your new page, which was super awesome. And I still say those little imps need to be like a patch or something. Like they're just so awesome. That shot of them all freaked out, I would totally put on a patch and like sew onto a jacket or something. That's so cool. Did you have any other kinds of surprises or anything in store? I know you were talking about you got a couple other books that you've been working on that you're thinking about. You want to talk about any of them?
Yeah, so actually I can share screen. Let me grab one of the books.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, I try to have the book like almost done before I launch. Let's see if I can share. Let's see, share. And sure. Okay, am I sharing?
Yay!
Can you see this?
I can. Holy cow.
Okay, so this is going to be in August 2020. We've only gotten a few pages done, but this is like a science fantasy. So new planet. And it's kind of like Mad Max and kind of like fantasy elements. Yeah, so there's like 5 regions on this planet, and the main character is a drifter. He makes his living being either a mercenary or, selling plasma crystals, which are these irradiated crystals used for an energy source or for weaponry.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I really like the liner. who's your artist for this?
That is Juliano, and I cannot pronounce his last name, so I'll just go with Silva. Juliano.
All right.
Silva. There we go.
Well, that looks like a really cool. So you said it's coming out in August.
Yeah, I want to have it at least almost done before we launch.
So okay, so some questions about that then. So you've got basically this kind of drifter guy that's just trying to salvage his way through life, I guess.
Yeah, and
so
no.
Thank you for the zoom up on them. I love them so much.
You're very welcome.
But yeah, so kind of what, I guess, tell us a little bit more about like what he's going to be going through, or I obviously don't spoil anything, but
right. He is hunted by a baron of one of the regions, kind of like a warlord, and he doesn't know why. So he kind of falls into this resistance group who are trying to overthrow the baron of the region, and he finds more about his background, because he's an orphan, but he figures out more or less why they're trying to kill him.
Oh, okay.
And has kind of through everything, and there's fantasy, sci-fi, Lovecraftian monsters, and then kind of Norse mythology.
That is a lot in one book.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 issues. So.
Okay. So are those themes going to be present throughout all of the issues, or is it like one book is going to be kind of more Norse mythology and one book is going to be kind of Lovecraftian, or how are you going to work that?
It'll be throughout the book, but I don't want to start off too strong. In the first 2 issues, they deal with the Baron. The 3rd issue, they deal with this ancient, evil monster.
Right. You gotta build up to the ancient evil, because the Baron, like, he's a bad dude, but you can't like start with a world eater and then be like, and then there's this dude and he just won't leave me alone. Like that's not quite as you just defeated like world ender over here. I don't understand how you are worried about a guy.
Right.
Oh, that's very cool. So, all right. So here's another question for you. You kind of have a little bit of a theme going as far as like kind of this grungy with like some of these crazy characters and monsters and stuff that come through in a lot of your writing. So what inspires you to kind of develop these sorts of characters, or where do you come up with these kinds of stories? Are they dreams? Are they from movies? Like where are they kind
of daydreaming, usually in class. When I was a kid, I would just doodle. And I love anti-heroes in fiction, kind of like Punisher, Deathstroke, kind of the baddies.
Right. So basically what you're saying is you're just you're trying to kind of make the next, not Deadpool necessarily, but the assholes that shouldn't be heroes that are going to just somehow rise to the occasion and do awesome stuff anyway.
Correct.
So if that is the case, then what is your least favorite kind of storytelling genre?
Probably like the generic superhero where you know what's going to happen. There's no surprises, and the audience has kind of had their hand held. Like always know Superman is going to win.
Yeah, despite the fact that he's going to get his ass kicked for like 40 pages before he finally remembers he has laser vision.
Yeah, and then like there's kryptonite, sure, but that's kind of like I don't know, just seems a cop out. It's just
Cy's gonna cut us both. I'm just letting you know that right now. Like Cy will stab us both through the heart.
I'm remaining calm and quiet.
Well, so okay.
Superman is not my favorite.
Right, it's Supergirl, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And not the current incarnation.
Which one? The Supergirl show or comics?
Comics.
Okay.
The show. Yeah.
Did the show upset you?
Okay, so we're gonna start a new episode now. It's called Cyborg Rants, and yeah.
So we'll finish it in an hour and a half when you're done.
No, it's Yeah, I don't want to trample on Chimera's book here, but yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it's horrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, canonically, she's stronger than Superman because she spent more time on Krypton before coming to Earth. She was in her early adolescence before she came here, so her cells are more efficient at processing yellow sunlight. She's also way fucking smarter than him because she was genetically engineered. He was naturally birthed, and so they like literally eons of genetic engineering went into crafting not only her genetic makeup but her personality. So she was going to be like the youngest person on the Science Council of Krypton before the planet exploded. So the fact that they make her a dumb blonde.
Yeah, I've never liked that. I've never liked when they take a superhero and they're like for a lot of the female superheroes, I think one of them when I very, very, very first started reading comics was She-Hulk. And I was like, I want to start with like old school She-Hulk. Don't ever start with old school She-Hulk. That is the most depressing thing I think I've ever read. I read an entire comic where the guy that was her love interest or whatever, he was a complete and utter asshole. He just constantly disrespecting her, didn't like her whenever she was She-Hulk, was like, you don't need to be green. You can definitely like just look like a normal girl. And she did for a really long time. And then she hit a point in the middle of the comic where she was like, I'm done. Like, fuck you, dude. And so she turned her little bracelet, went green, stayed green, was beautiful and big and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, you get it. Good for you. Guess
You're
what happens at the end of that
Jennifer
comic?
Walters or whatever her name was, and she became like a lawyer, right?
Yeah, yep, yep. She was a lawyer for all of the other mutants and superheroes and all the other like oddballs. So guess what happens at the end of that comic?
What?
In the last 3 panels, he proposes. And she loses her mind and is like, oh my gosh, I always wanted a ring. And I was like, you just undid the comic. What are you doing?
I swear to God, I thought when you said she loses her mind, I was so hopeful that she just ripped his arms and legs off and beat him to death with them.
No, she went the girl route where she was like, I'm going to cry. And I was like, really? Really? The guy's the same guy. He's still horrible. He was just like, I've decided I want to marry you. Like, I can't stand when they do that kind of stuff. So it's like, I understand what you're saying, Chimera, where it's when you have some of the more generic superheroes and it just follows like a path, even when it seems like they're going to stray from the path and then they just hard right back into it. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, like Dark Knight Returns, Batman's like intelligent. He's just a genius, but it's still entertaining because you never know what's going to happen.
That is fair. I mean, how many times has Batman completely gotten his ass kicked and you're like, you're not coming out of this? And it'll be like the Joker who's completely insane. He'll just be like, hey, I don't want you to go like this. Here you go. And I was like, did you just release him? He's like, yeah. I was like, but you couldn't kill him. And he goes, yeah, that's not fun.
Right.
It's like, I don't know what I just read. Okay. Batman's alive because Joker was, charitable, I guess.
Wasn't a big enough laugh.
Right. That's always his thing, isn't it? It's never enough. You gotta laugh more.
Always gotta push the joke a little farther.
And that's what I try to do with the comic. I try to kind of, it does seem kind of generic with demons, but it kind of evolves into something further in the later volumes.
Well, and I like the little bits of humor that you've put into SOS, like the whole, like, you have 2 options. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, you took the one option. It's cool.
Right. And yeah, we got a few surprises for volume 2. I don't want to reveal them, but you learn more about the characters' powers.
Very cool. That is super awesome. Well, I posted this in the chat a little bit ago, and I was asking if anybody had any questions. I haven't seen anyone post any yet. Do you have anything additional that you want to kind of throw out there as a plug? Or anything else that you want to kind of highlight about SOS and why people should go and back it?
Yeah, it has just a ton of action. This is probably Canales'. I don't want to brag, but this is probably Canales' best work. Like, I know Iron Sights 2 is around, but I don't know. Mine just looks better.
Modest.
Damn, gauntlet thrown.
Yeah, he kind of pulled out. He loves strong monsters, and he is good at, comedy, conveying comedy and facial expressions. And so we just work really well together.
He definitely is. I appreciate his art style a lot. It's kind of it almost kind of reminds me of, like, when you used to watch like old school Ren and Stimpy, and what certain shapes like are kind of supposed to be, but then you get that little bit of hint of stylization that just makes them a little bit more interesting to look at, instead of it being like, this is another face and he has eyes. Like, it's like, well, so here's a face and his eyes are bulging out because his face is also kind of extra long, and that's what we decided we were going to do. Like, that, seeing that kind of stuff throughout it is really, it makes it more entertaining, and it really helps sell a lot of the comedy that you got going in this a lot better.
Right.
I'm sorry for my random laugh, people. I just covered up Shae's Christmas decorations with our channel logo.
So it's okay. I turned them off for this because SOS did not feel like a die-hard Christmas kind of thing. So I didn't turn on all of my Christmas for you.
I did write a Christmas special, but I couldn't find an artist in time. So I think next year, or next volume 2, I'll add a Christmas special.
Was there like Chewbacca's family and Boba Fett and?
No. One of the brothers goes back in time. A lot of time travel.
Nice.
That I feel like there's so much that could happen with that. Oh my gosh, you totally could. You could do an entire, like, the Christmas story with them going back in time and going forward. Heck yeah, that would be very bizarre.
People in the past.
Just punch straight through all of these. But I went into the past and I found Hitler and I punched a hole through his chest.
Right.
Oh wait, they actually did kill Hitler. Let me show. I wonder if the page is on the campaign. Probably not.
I don't think so. I think I would have remembered that.
I guarantee I would have remembered if Hitler made an appearance.
Here, okay. Have some Christmas.
Aw, yay, we're in a snowy mountain area. It's so funny because you change and I look at Chimera's avatar with the mouth.
Like, oh!
You're just, oh, it's crazy.
Okay, let me
my goodness.
share. Let me share. Can you see this?
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's a Hitler head in a jar.
Yeah, it's just a background prop, so it's implied their mission was successful.
Why are they keeping it though?
That's the scientist friend of theirs. Yeah, the scientist friend just keeps it around.
You got to look. So there's two big reasons to keep it around. One, you can dissect the mind of Hitler, and who wouldn't want to do that? And two,
the mind.
It makes a great conversation piece. When you have friends over, you just put the head of Hitler out on a table. You wait for the conversation to start.
I did write the origin story of when they were in World War II. It does depend. I might or might not make it, but it's about 32 pages. Well,
if you do make it, it'd be very interesting to see what comes of that. So I don't think that we've got any other questions, but I definitely wanted to thank everyone for coming out. It's been super fun. I'm really glad that, call me Mark, we're not starting over, buddy. We've been going for a half hour. Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, so we're really happy that we're able to have you on again, Chimera, and I wish your campaign all the best.
I'm sorry, this is a running joke here. I have to ask 2 questions. I'm required by law to do it because Skits was here earlier. Did we ask you the Skits questions?
On the first stream?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did.
The Skits. Asking me again.
What was the best decision you made about your campaign? And what was the worst?
Probably both. The answers to both questions is probably setting the goal at $500. Because it is funded, but then people think, oh, well, he doesn't need any more money.
Oh.
It's a little bit of a double-edged sword, yeah. So
It's a little bit
definitely.
of a punch through the chest.
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm going to start calling everything. I'm just
Yeah.
going to call it a SOS punch through the chest. That's perfect.
Is that like a falcon punch?
Obviously, you saw what the punch looks like. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I just like his hand after he holds it up, and he's like, "Yeah," and it's just guts, just everything all down his arm. Oh my
God,
goodness.
why did you say that? Now I have to show it again.
I'm sorry, it made me laugh. I liked it.
I like the laughing.
I like it. It's good.
I'm finding it.
Yep, shoot in the head, punch to the chest, next panel down, right there. Bloody hand. Bloody gooey hand. And a really creepy ass
Yep,
smile.
yep, 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 yep.
He's just so proud of himself.
That smile though.
The smile is like, that's what sells it because it's so freaking creepy. It's great. So
Right.
make sure that you go and back SOS. We've got the link in the chat. I will post it again just to make sure that you can't pretend that you didn't see it from me or the Red Valkyrie account earlier. So make sure that you go and back it. I know, that made me laugh. The comment mark's like, just start over. I just got
Yeah, it finally came up.
Yeah, do it again. But yeah, thank you all for coming out. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Chimera, for coming on again. It was great having you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And make sure that you go and back SOS as soon as possible. He's in demand for the next few months. And if we can get a couple of good stretch goals out of it, that'd be super great, especially because you got some pretty cool stretch goals. I hope to see the joke chapters come out. I think that'd be awesome, personally.
Right.
Absolutely. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, please, for those who are watching this in replay who are not already subscribed. And
Absolutely.
Shae and my Twitters are at the bottom of that nice little feed that's going on at the bottom.
Absolutely. So thank you all so much for coming out, and we will definitely catch you guys next time.
Bye.
See you later.
See ya.